It's time for the mighty Chocolate Brothers Stomp on a Granu. Hello everybody, today we're going to talk about episode 8 of Kamen Rider Gavv. So after the recap, we see Shoma free Tamaki as he runs away to hide in order to de-transform. And then it appears as he just so happened to meet her walking through the parking lot. As she asks where she is, and doesn't remember what happened. And we see Hanta fight, well not really fight, more like being massacred by Glota. As she just easily overpowers him with just brute force. Like she doesn't even need to transform into her monster, the head form. Just easily start knocking him out. And leaves as Hanta de-transforms and acknowledges that she's above the other Granu that he fought the other day. So yeah, the Stomach family are definitely going to be a problem from this series going on, because if she's this strong, I can't wait to see what Lango, the older brother, how strong he is. Shoma brings Tamaki back to Masako's house, and everybody finds out about Amane being dirty by the paint that Tsuetsugu dropped on her last episode. And Shoma says that she was attacked by a monster, and Tamaki seems to believe it for the most part, and seems to cry a little bit as Tsuetsugu just looked on, and Shoma worried about Amane's expression. We go back home later that night, and Amane is being fakely positive. As Shoma knows there's something up, and she's always careful and that she's never actually gonna be painted on accident. And she just says that she's tired and leaves, as Shoma worries that he couldn't help her at all. Meanwhile, we have Hanta and Suga talk about Granu disguised as human and think that it's like putting on clothes, and Hanta worried about it, but Suga explained that they can never hide their stomach, but they're wondering how does he know that. And Hanta lifts up his shirt to make sure that Suga's not a Granu, but he's not, as he finds nothing. But interestingly, he has scars somewhat on his stomach looking similar to the places where a Granu's stomach should be. So maybe it's my theory right now that maybe the organ that he has for Hanta might actually be his organ. Like, I'm still my theory that maybe he's a Granu or something like that. Something had to happen with why they're showing the stomach for a little bit while. So yeah, that's my theory right now, that it's actually his organ that gave Hanta to transform to Valor. Meanwhile, we see the Stomach family in a meeting, and Lango talked about the little pets running around. The twins say that they will take care about Shoma, calling it the Red Gavv. But Lango doesn't know that the Red Gavv was found, and Glota just told him about Valor. So yeah, the twins just shot themselves in the foot, and Lango is mad about the fact that they never told him about Shoma being found. And told them that they also been losing a lot of product and also agent, and decided to just fire them at the spot and actually decided to send his own agent to take care of the business, allowing Yev to upgrade their Granu's part-timer by giving him all the necessary funding, and just walked out of the room. So yeah, they're probably gonna be desperate to start to do something next episode for the twins. The next day, Shoma works better, as Amane now trusts Shoma enough to make him work alone, and sends him off as she loses her smile when he's gone, as her great aunt Masako seems to notice. Shoma hears the doorbell and sees Hanta outside as he's investigating the missing artist case. A bunch of artists actually went missing by Dean's human disguise like name. In the last episode, Shoma remembered that as well. Hanta presents Tamaki's passport and decides to use it to question her about her involvement, but Shoma shoots him off, saying that she's not ready just yet. Just leave her alone because she seems to be tired from yesterday. Mostly just doing that also for the safety of Hanta. And it is funny that we don't actually see Tamaki's actress anymore, so I'm guessing that they only had her for one episode and that's it. And Hanta decided to just wait outside for Tamaki to come up, but it never does as the day goes by and the Monday Shoma decide to leave. Until Dean comes in with a new disguise made by a new actor being Ingo, saying that he's from Italy named Sardina, which I just say that these guys need better names for their human disguises. Hanta looked on and were worried about this whole situation. Later on, Shoma finally mastered the egg crack as he finally made the perfect cracking of egg, as Amane is still out of it until she actually looked over and see that Shoma done it and actually be proud of it, until they hear a doorbell ring as Matsuko comes in to visit their home. Tells Amane that she knows that Tsuetsuga was the one that put paint all over her, as he told her, and she apologized on his behalf. And Amane said that it was pretty much her fault, but Matsuko and Shoma think that Tsuetsuga went too far, and Amane actually remembered her being angry but then stopping, and she remembered being a kid that she would always be like they tried to cheer people up. But people always felt like she was not the one to be pitying them. They would tell her that she had an easy life and don't actually get them. But it's a little sad to think about, and that she thinks that she did it again with Tsuetsuga's situation, and she thinks she can't understand people at all. But luckily, our great aunt Matsuko said that she is an empathetic person, otherwise she wouldn't have been feeling this way, like she wouldn't feel bad about the whole situation. And said that things are never actually easy, but still like that she's straightforward with feelings and her care for others. And Shoma also said that she also liked that about her when she helped them up in this situation and this problem, and she'll be happy about herself. As she thanks them and then starts to cry, saying that yeah, she's been bottling the emotion of her past days, that she's just happy to finally let it out. But there's a nice moment between these guys. I love these characters. The next day, Amana and Shoma go to work, but before they enter, they actually meet Hanta outside the house, who's still investigating around it, and also gets annoyed that she called him Hunty. As they ask him what he's doing there, as he said that Dean appeared yesterday, which he doesn't know that Dean, just another artist person. As surprisingly, Dean comes in again as he enters to visit Tsuetsuga this time and see his art. As Amane is happy to see Suesuge being scouted, but Shoma and Hanta think that there's something fishy going on. As they go inside and tell Amane that he actually may be a monster, which they don't tell her to Grandu, and try to find a way to check without suspicion. And I do like that this is actually shots showing the three main characters being working together. I actually like these three doors. I actually like that they're working together to find a way to find suspicion. As Shoma is just shocked that Hunter actually knows about the stomach sting that Grandu has. As Shoma gets an idea with some tea. As Dean is looking at Suesuge's art, and Shoma enters pretending to trip and fall to drop a drink on Dean's stomach. As he tried to clean it off and actually reveals his shirt, actually showing his stomach to everybody. And I just like it funny that he just pretends to be shocked. Like he just said, oh no, a monster. Like it's so funny that Shoma tried to act like he's shocked, but he's not. But Dean just said the gig is over, just revealed the true monster form and just runs away as Shoma and Hunter follow him. After that, Hunter transforms in order to fight Dean, as Shoma arrives to also help out and transforms in a pretty funny way that he actually falls down because he's trying to make sure he doesn't reveal himself to Hunter. But then he actually falls down, they actually be in an angle as Valen actually sees him, and actually Shoma turns to act cool in order to stand back up in order to fight with him, fight against Dean. Which he does as both Valen and Shoma fight together, shocked that he already defeated Dean before, doesn't know how he came back to life. Meanwhile, Suesuge going crazy in the house, saying that nobody likes his art, so he starts to smash around his workspace. And Amane stops him from actually destroying his art piece and might actually regret it later. Take out his frustration at the monster, not his own art. As he takes the paint, runs off somewhere else. And we have Gavv and Valen fight together as Gavv turns into a Chocodon form. In a cool way, like spinning his sword around to block the bullets from attacking him. And Valen uses a finisher to finish Dean off. But then he appears again, saying that he's immortal. As we see Niel actually explain that experimentation he did in Dean last episode, but to make it Grandu actually be stronger. Want to see what kind of result it will bring. And we cut back to our two riders trying to fight off Dean. As Shoma thought the finisher with a really cool vortex look, and then just blasted to make a solid chocolate and destroys it. But then he's still not dead again, as he's going to attack them once again until Amane arrives with the paint and just splashes him with it. But it's really cool of her, but also kind of foolish of her as well. Like, I actually like that she's at least helping them out. As our riders are shocked that she's there, as she's just mad that Dean actually brought somebody artist spirit up, and then in order to just crush it, and it's just annoyed by him. As our riders decide to finish him off, but then he comes back without the paint. As Shoma realizes that something's up, as he decides to look around as Valen continues to just keep finishing him off with finisher and just getting tired. Until he finds the real Dean making clones of himself. So that's a new ability that all the Grandu might be making clones. As he blasts Dean away in order to show him and his clone in front of Valen, telling him that yeah, it's a clone. So Dean decides to just transform the clone to those locust little swarm thing with the fishes and just start attacking both of them. As their both riders hide, Chocodon comes in order to help Shoma, as he uses him to transform into nothing new, into the same suit. It's a little disappointing that there is nothing different between Chocodon and Chocodon. The only difference is the gun, and instead of being a milk dark chocolate gun, it's gonna be a white chocolate gun. So yeah, kind of disappointed that nothing changed between the two candy forms. But anyway, he had to give the gun to Hunter and use another Chocodon in order to use to make a new gun. And then we have a cool one-take fight scene of our two riders working together to fight against Dean. It looks really cool. I love the shot. Gavv is shooting around with Valen also jumping around. And then another cool shot of Gavv shooting through a window, and then he jumps out of it like a mirror that makes the window look like a mirror. It looks really cool. I love the shot. I love everything from this scene. It looks really cool. And then we have another cool shot of both of them teaming up by having one on top of the other, and then start shooting all over the place. It looks really cool that they start to attack the swarm, and it actually is a really cool shot that they actually see their human forms underneath the suit. It looks really cool. And they continue to blast away at Dean. They both prepare the finisher inside the Gavv shooting multiple white bullets to stop him in place, and Valen finally killing him in a giant explosion, defeating Dean once and for all. Amane gets up to them saying that they're the Kamen rider and decide to take a selfie as our rider's little dork decided to join in and do the little selfie pose, which is pretty funny. And then they try to sneak off before Amane calls out for them and just a full on run away. But it's just really funny, and Amane just cries out for them, just being annoyed that they're gone. After that, we come back to the house as our gang are teamed up again, ready to leave. As Suesuge comes in to apologize at Amane and gives her a present, being a painting that he drew. They all walk home together as Amane tells Hunter that he lost a chance to talk with the writer, and then questions Shoma about where he's been the whole time. And they both say that they just lost sight of them when they were trying to run off them. And Hunter tells Amane to not look into the writers anymore for him. And Shoma also tells her to be careful not to do that anymore with hunting down the writers. Just be careful and not to join with them. As our two dorks turn around in her talking their head, thinking that it would be a bad idea that she joined them. But then funnily, Amanda comes in saying what do they mean by that, and it turns out they actually said it out loud, which is pretty funny. And Amanda questioned them, and they all tried to run away, and they all start going home in the sunset at the episode end. Overall, it was actually a pretty fine episode, nothing really too major, but I do like the status quo that's showing that yes, the Stomach family is strong, with Kuroda defeating Balance pretty easily in the beginning of the episode. We now have a Granut upgrading to have new ability that Niev is doing, as well as Lango firing the twins, so I hope to mean that the twins are going to be dead for next episode, so we're going to see that, as well as Niev getting prepared to do more experiment without any limit. I will say the interesting thing about this is that Mane actually having more character development, so I hope to see that more, and I like the fact that she brought in with a paint can to attack the Granut, so hopefully that means that she might actually be a writer in the future, depending on the opening. I do want her to be a writer, it would be pretty funny to have these three dorks be together. Speaking of the three dorks, I like that this episode had them together a lot throughout the episode. Hopefully that means a new status quo that they'll be working together, because I actually like these three dorks already, playing off one another. Also, I love the action in this episode. It looks really cool. I love all the action takes and all that. My one disappointment that, you know, Chocodon is not considered for Chocodon writer form, but still, I like the white gun. It looked really cool. So yeah, I like our three dorks working together. It was a fine episode. Rating wise, I give it a 7.3 out of 10. What do you guys think? Do you like the episode or do you not? What do you think about our two chocolate bros working together? And about Mane now having a little bit more characteristic and helping our writers? Leave a comment down below and subscribe for more Kamen Rider Gavv content. Peace!